What's up, guys, and welcome to the channel. And today I just want to talk about Everton, Dyche, the players. They've been excellent. Like, they have been very, very good. Honestly, the reason why I'm saying they've been excellent and they've been good is because we all know 10 points was taken away from them, and ever since that, they've had a very good run. They've honestly played well, and it's really not easy. It's really not easy in the Premier League. We all know how hard it is. If 1 point is taken away from you, or let's say 3 points taken away, that is massive. Talk less of 10 points taken away from you. That is huge. And it just felt like these guys, it felt like it just like when the news broke out and due to the FFP issue, and that was why they were found guilty, and that was why 10 points was taken away from them. It felt like the whole world was against them. People were talking, of course, people were talking, made headlines, but it felt like they just came together. They didn't allow that affect them. They just want to go out there, play good football, win games. And the same thing was, I would like to say, when the 115 charges happened for Man City, that was, it was almost like the whole world was against us. People were talking, and Pep Guardiola came out and said, despite what happens, he will be here. Even if we go to championship, he will still be here and all that. Like, when the whole 115, alleged 115 charges case was up per se. And I can see it's a bit similar in that way, because when the whole FFP issue came up with 10 points taken away from them, they motivated themselves. They came together. They didn't allow it to affect them. They didn't listen to the noise. And sometimes maybe that's what you need. Sometimes, because even in our situation, when the 115 charges came up and it was making so many headlines and everything, we went on and we started winning games. It felt like it just brought us together. It really brought us more together like a family. And for Everton, maybe that's how it has been for them, from what I'm seeing. Because, like I said, they've not listened to anything. Like, you felt they are not even listening to what is happening. They're just going out there to win games. They've been more motivated. They've really stuck together like a family per se. And when they took the point, I think when they took the point, the following week was Manchester United, and they won that game. Sorry, they lost that game rather against Manchester United, and after that, they played Nottingham Forest. They played Nottingham Forest, an away game, and they won. After Nottingham Forest, they played Newcastle United. I think Newcastle United was a home game, and they won the game. Yes, Newcastle United was a home game. They won the game. I actually won that one 3-0. After Newcastle United, they played Chelsea, and they won the game. After Chelsea, they played Burnley. I know you might say, oh, Burnley, the only hard games there were Chelsea and Newcastle United. But people might want to say, oh, it's Nottingham Forest and Burnley. But trust me, it's not easy. Especially when 10 points is taken away from you as a team. This can really affect a team. Some teams, it will really get to them. It will really affect their performance, but they've not allowed that to affect their performance. And going away in the Premier League, they played away to Nottingham Forest. There's no easy game in the Premier League. There's really no easy game in the Premier. Every game is like a final. Every game is tough. We all know how hard it is. Like, we saw what happened between Man City and Crystal Palace. A game where we felt we had it on a lockdown and we dropped points. So there's no easy game in the Premier League. Yes, Burnley have been struggling. They've not been able to win games and all. But still, Everton went there as an away game and they won. And they won the game. Crazy enough, they're keeping clean sheets. Not just winning games by 1-0. They're winning 1, 2, 3. Like, they're scoring goals too. Man City were here struggling to keep clean sheet, and Everton is dishing out clean sheet back to back. Man City, we can't keep a clean sheet. I'm not saying Everton will go on to win the title or finish top 4 or even make it to Europa League or per se, but I still believe they will stay in the Premier League, and irrespective of what happens this season, so far they stay in the Premier League, despite the 10 points taken away from them. It's still massive. It's still a very good performance. Like, it's still a very good performance. Honestly, still a very good performance. Despite what happens. at the end of the season. So far, they stay in the Premier League. It's still a very, very, very good performance for them. Crazy enough, they are currently in 16th position and they have 16 points. Let's assume, okay, 10 points were not taken away from them. They had that 10 points. Everton will be ahead of Chelsea. They'll be 1 point behind Manchester United. This is before the Manchester United will be 1 point ahead of them, but they will be ahead of Chelsea. And this is just before the Manchester United and Liverpool game. So that's to tell you how impressive they've been. They've gone on to win 4 games, gotten 12 points. Sean Dyche deserves very big credits. I don't know what he has said to those guys. I really don't know what he has said to them. I really don't know what he has done, but he deserves a very huge credit. Honestly, he deserves huge credit because it's not easy. The Premier League, 10 points. Some teams will struggle. And the fact that they are not really struggling, they've really done well. I think their next game is the EFL Cup against Fulham, and they can likely win that. In the Premier League, I know they have, when I checked, they have, I think they have Spurs, Man City, and Wolves. They can get a couple of results there. Especially against Man City, who knows, they can get a draw because we're not keeping clean sheets. We're struggling to seal out games. So they can get a point there. But still, credit to them, a big shout out to them because it's really not easy. Big like Sean Dyche, like he has tried. Honestly, he has really, really tried. The fact that they were able to ignore everything that was happening and they just had to go out there to play football, to win games. I think I saw a stat that said Pickford has kept him is the goalkeeper with the most clean sheets in the Premier League. I come back to the point again that Man City were struggling to keep clean sheets. And yes, Everton keeping clean sheets. Doing it for fun. Doing it like back to back. Honestly, it's really not easy in the Premier League, and what Everton are doing is very, very impressive. Really don't know why people are not saying anything about it. People are not talking about them. Well, everyone is entitled to what they have to say or what they have to talk about, but I just feel they deserve a very huge credit. Like, they deserve some praise. Honestly, they really deserve some praise. What? If 10 points were not taken away from them, they will be ahead of Chelsea. So they'll likely be among the top 10 teams in the Premier League. So if they will have like 26 points. So massive credit to them, and I hope and I would like to see them still remain in the Premier League, honestly. I don't like they're in 60 points. They're in 16th, and I really want them to stay in the Premier League, and I hope this form will, like, they'll have good performances. They might not go to win games like 4 in a row per se. Of course, they will have some little dip, but despite what happened, the fact that they are still able to remain in the Premier League at the end of the season, that is a very big performance and a very big result for the club, for the manager, and for the fans as well. So that's it for me, guys, and to all you Everton fans, all I'll just say is congrats. Enjoy the wins. Of course, there will be little setback, but enjoy the wins, and but despite what happens, so far you guys are still in the Premier League. I think that's very good for you guys. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.